Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make my homemade scar wax. This tutorial was actually highly requested by my Instagram followers, so I wanted to show you guys a visual representation on how the wax should look like, and I hope you guys enjoy. So the only products you will really need are flour, petroleum jelly or Vaseline, and a jar or a bowl you can find at any store or in your kitchen. You preferably want it to be deep and kind of wide for mixing. And I always use a spatula to stir it because I find it to be easy and it doesn't stick as much. And now we'll be taking 3 scoops of Vaseline and putting it into the jar. Now I normally eyeball to how much Vaseline and flour I put into the mix. You're really trying to achieve the texture of not too sticky and not too dry and crummy. You don't want the wax to stick to your hands, and you don't want flour particles falling from your fingers. Now I'll be adding the flour into the mix. As you can see, the flour completely coats the Vaseline, and this is where I begin mixing. So as you can see, there is a lot of mixing in this process. The main thing to do to achieve that perfect texture to making scar wax is to keep on mixing. Don't be so discouraged if after 1 or 2 mixes it doesn't come out the way it's supposed to. You have to have patience and just keep on mixing. As you can see, I had a time-lapse mine because it took some time. After the flour is blended with the Vaseline, I want to take out some of the scar wax and test the texture. Okay, notice how the scar wax is sticking to my fingers. You would want to add more flour to the mix. And if it's too dry and crummy, if you see flour dust or crumbs falling down, you need to add more petroleum jelly. But for this case, I need to add more flour. And just a quick reminder, I do recommend using a tool to mix the scar wax. If you use your hands, it will be very, very sticky and cause a huge mess. Now that I added more flour, I'm taking out the scar wax again to test the texture. Notice how the wax is not sticking to my fingers. There's also no flour falling through my fingers, and there's no dust left on my hand. When I move it, it can bend the way I want it to, it doesn't smear, and it stays intact. So this is the texture that you want to get when you make your scar wax. It's almost like soft dough. Very, very easy to use. I really love using this scar wax recipe because it doesn't take that much for the ends to blend down seamlessly. For example, I'm gonna roll out a piece on my hand. It doesn't take that much effort, no added Vaseline or any products for the ends to completely lay down. It goes completely smooth. And I'm not pushing that hard either. There's no effort to it. The edges blend down very nicely, and of course after you add your pigment or foundation, it will be very hard to tell where your effect starts. So for scar wax to stick onto your skin, I recommend using spirit gum or any other skin adhesive that will let the wax stay on your skin and it won't fall off. Let's say you use the wax for creation. If there is no unwanted pigment or fake blood in the wax, it is reusable. And another great thing about this recipe is that both the petroleum jelly and flour is very inexpensive. You can use it as much as you want. In the end, this is exactly how you want your wax to look and feel like. I personally love this recipe because it allows me to illustrate very fine detail. Example why I use this product in most of my effects, and it's very inexpensive. I do feel like this wax is best for short-term use only. I did try the whole day of Halloween with it on my skin, and it wasn't the best idea, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.